I don't like sales calls. Some people would even say that I hate sales calls because I talk about it very passionately all the time. The reason why I don't like them is because I feel like a lot of that time spent on sales calls, that hour to some people's sales calls even take more than that, right? They take like 3 hours. I've heard of these stories, even 4 hours. I just think that your time could be spent better creating assets in that time, right? For example, I stopped taking sales calls because like I said, I didn't like them. I was having a conversation with one of my friends, close friends, who's pretty successful, I'd say, in most people's eyes. And I look up to him, especially. And I brought it up. I was like, dude, sales calls suck. And it was funny because he told me he used to feel like physical pain. And I can completely understand it because for a few reasons. Some people just don't like doing sales calls, right? Just like me. He hated doing sales calls, but he thought that he had to do them to make his business grow and make it work the way it is. Now, I'm not saying that sales calls are bad or that I hate them because I suck at them. My closing ratio was about 25% when I was taking sales calls, maybe higher. And I just felt like during that time, I felt I had to sell people on myself for some reason. It's like I had to convince people to buy my stuff. And I didn't like that. Then when you don't close on a call, you have to make a follow-up call, do this whole rescheduling thing. People don't show up on the calls. Don't respect your time. That's the worst thing. The people that don't show up and then they claim that, oh, I forgot or that I was busy. And it's one of the things why I was tired of taking sales calls is because people just didn't respect my time. And if they don't respect my time, they just wouldn't make great clients in the first place. So I'm just rather not work with them in the first place anyway. I stopped doing sales calls because I understood one thing, that a sales call is just a medium. You only need to understand that sales call provides you with an opportunity, especially if you're a creator, coach, or consultant, an opportunity to make a compelling offer and apply a bit of a scarcity and urgency and a bit of pressure for people to decide, right? Because you can come up with offers on the spot. You make payment plans on the spot. There's a lot of flexibility having a sales call. So again, everything has its pros and cons, right? I just learned how to sell without sales calls because again, I hated them and I understood that a sales call is just a medium to apply a bit of pressure and make a compelling offer, right? When you're not selling on a sales call, when you're selling right inside of DMs, that's what I've been doing for the last year, it loses a bit of flexibility. And that's a trade-off that you have to make. Yeah, your conversions go down a little bit, but that's the trade-off I am willing to make. If I get 3-4 hours a day or more than that, right? I have empty calendar because I don't do calls every day, right? I build my business around my dream life, let's put it like that. Or I design my business around the life that I want to have. So I don't do those calls. I have a empty calendar so I can create videos like this without worrying that there's some call that I have to go attend and then worrying about if the person is going to show up, worrying about if, they're a good fit, should I make them an offer, all that other stuff. So now I just have a offer doc, right? A simple Google document. You can do a PDF doc, you can do a Notion doc where you just lay out what the person gets, right? It's simple as that. And then you just make a simple invitation for the people to check it out, right? You create something that people want and then you just invite them to check it out. It's simple as that. And simple doesn't always mean easy, but it works. And maybe you are a creator right now who's trying to craft an offer and sell that offer, a high ticket offer. The easiest offer that you can start selling today is literally yourself. Not like OnlyFans type of way, but your brain. That also kind of sounds weird. People buy people. They don't buy information. The information is just a justification, essentially, a logistical type of thing to bridge the gap between spending time with you or having access to you. Let me put it like that. So if you just sell access to yourself, you don't need to sell anything else. Now, there's many ways of monetizing access. Like I'm not going to get into this video. People pay me for this. But the reason why I prefer selling access is because, first of all, it allows me to sell without sales calls. It kind of fits within the model that I'm doing. Second of all, it's the easiest thing to sell because you don't need to really come up with all these irresistible offers, right? And try to overwhelm people with value. Like you're going to get all these things. We're going to do all of this stuff, like 12 different steps. You're going to get 50 hours of content, right? Selling an access offer is simply saying that, hey, I have this thing that I can help you with. Do you want it or not? And once you understand that, it's going to become a lot easier for you to just invite people without feeling sleazy or salesy, right? Because that's what the feeling that I used to get on my calls. I was like, I have to like convince them and make them want the thing that I have. Whereas right now, I'm just, well, I have this thing. It's good, but do you want it? If you don't want it now, it might be gone later. It is that simple. Anyway, that's for today's video. I'm thinking the spark thing is going to become a thing because the weather is nice. So as long as the weather is nice. If the weather gets shit, then I'll probably not gonna be here filming videos. Anyway, if you want my help to construct your offer or convert your offer into something that you can sell without sales calls, there's a waitlist down below. Just apply for it and I will let you know when the spot is open to work with me. See you in the next one.